This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B plus undervolt.
Roger, main B undervolt. Okay, stand by at 13. We're looking.
Hi and welcome to another round of Favorite Images. With us today again we have Neville Thompson, Martina Graney, Billy Carson, Rami Bar Ilan and myself, Thomas Markey, and today it's Rami's turn to present a picture that is between one of his favorite images. Rami, will you tell us why is this picture one of your favorite images?
Yes, sir. What I found in this image, other than the obvious stuff that I think can be seen by anyone, which is a sort of formation with straight cut on the rock or whatever it is, if it's a rock. Straight cuts, straight like angles. It looks like very artificial, the cuts on the rock. Then there's some artifacts around it. There's what looks like a big pot. Is this how you call this thing?
Yes, a pot.
Yeah, it's a container with a round opening, like you can put water or something else stored in it. And also, there is what looks to me like a metal ring right in there. This is what I was looking at. Now, at the front of it, there is what looks like a hatch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe opening or entrance to something which is circular, and on
Looks
top
like
of it, a circular cover or hatch. And also on the center of that cover, there is another circular in the middle.
Yes.
I thought that was very interesting. Now, in this photo of the rover Curiosity, it looks like that the hatch is on that big rock or boulder on the front. But actually, we have other photos of that target that shows that it's actually quite away from it, behind it. It's not part of that big boulder or rock or whatever it is. Say about it.
That's a cool one. That's a really awesome one.
Yeah.
And as usual, I will ask Neville Thompson to be the first to comment on it.
It actually looks like a well to me, as if there's a cover on a well, but that thing next to it looks as if it could be like maybe a device for pumping water in or pumping water out of it. I don't know, because it looks. It doesn't look as if it's made of stone. It looks as if it's like a piece of machinery or something, you know. But the top of that well bit there, I was thinking, that's a well. That looks as if that opens up, and because you can see it's like strange. It's got like another round circle on the top of it as well, but it seems as if it's raised up as well, as if it's not flat on the surface, but it's like raised up so that air can pass through it or whatever, you know, as if it should be like open up, but left with a gap around it, you know. No, it actually seems like a well to me with the pumping device next to it. That's what it looks like to me, like, you know.
Thank you, Neville. Martina, what's your thoughts on this one?
Well, exactly like Neville's. I thought that that looked like a covering for a drain of some sort, or a well, as he says. I spotted that pot, as Rami called it, or an urn, like it looks just like a Roman urn, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the kind of urns that the Romans used to put the cremated ashes into and then bury them. There's a lot of metallic objects there, very shiny objects. That object that's left to the urn, I can't make that out, but it's definitely something artificial. I don't know. What do you think that is, Rami? Have you got thoughts on that?
No, it just looked strange shape of a bright ball, and then smaller one going like a tail. I wouldn't know what to make of it. But it's interesting that you say that this is perhaps a well, because this pot thing, how did you call it, Martin?
An urn. We call them Romans called them urns.
Could hold liquids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. There's all sorts of things they were used for. But it does that strange ring shape with the ball on looks just like your handle that you've illustrated in the inset picture.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at your smaller image in the top right-hand corner, I mean, it's just fascinating. I can't even begin to imagine what it is. It's just completely different than the terrain around it. Yeah. It's definitely metallic.
Yeah.
And there you have that strange lid on this well, and as Neville says, it's like it's worn away, hasn't it? It's not fitting properly anymore. But I wonder what the disc is on the top. Maybe that there was an inscription on there. You know, rather like a badge inscription on top of the lid.
Yeah,
maybe. Maybe it said, "This is my property. Do not touch."
Yeah.
Billy Carson, what's your thoughts on this?
I actually was looking at this a few days ago before Rami even uploaded it to the talk today, because that gold ball stood out, and I wanted to put it on Instagram. And I started looking at it through my magnifying glass, and I came up with the same exact assumption as Neville and Martine, that I thought this was like a well. You can see the, what we call an urn, or it could be a pot, or pottery, pottery to use to. If you look at it through a magnifying glass, you can see that there's actually some type of a cord coming out of the hole, and it's connected to the handle that's on that gold ball, almost like you would use that to wind it up, to unwind it, let it fall down into the hole, and then wind it back up again.
Sure.
And then also directly behind the pottery, on that, kind of looks like a piece of maybe warped tin or metal, there's letters on there. Wow. If you really look through a magnifying glass, I mean, there's actual writing. I can't make out what the actual letters are, but, Nev is excellent at blowing things up. To me, it looks like there might be some writing on the on that back sheath of metal that's sitting behind that pottery.
Yeah.
It's really an amazing piece. I actually thought, the first thing I thought was it was a well, something where they can use to lower that pot down, get water, and bring it back up. Because the water, obviously, we all know on Mars is down below the surface, most of the water. Yeah. So that's what I thought it was. I was just looking at this the other day thinking, wow, this is like a well. So everybody thinks it's a well, Rami. It looks like it.
Thank you, Billy. When I'm sitting and looking at it here, I can't help thinking of my job where I work, and I work in the company that are selling. We are handling building supplies, like parts to a weld or something, or parts like that, concrete parts also. And when I'm looking at what I see as the lid on the well, it looks exactly like the ones we have at work. Only different is the round object in the middle is a little bit smaller in diameter than it would be on an original lid, and if you then would flip it around, then this object in the middle would be the one that kept the lid in place, so it wouldn't fall off or go to one of the other sides. So it kind of reminds me very much of a well lid. It's an awesome picture, and the pot, as you say, the urn looks to me like clay pottery. It's fantastic to see. I have no doubt that it's a kind of water container that's related to what we all see as a world.
Yeah.
I think this is an awesome picture. This is an amazing picture. And again, from the father of good processed images, Rami Bar Ilan, we see a fantastic job done here to make us all see what he sees. Thank you for sharing that with us, Rami. That is a fantastic image.
Fine.
I cannot say that many times enough.
It's fantastic.
Yes, indeed it is.
Yep.
So, with that comment, we're gonna end that round of favorite images. We're gonna say thank you to Neville Thompson, Martine Graney, Billy Carson, Rami Bar Ilan, and myself, Thomas Mikey, says until we see us again, take care out there. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.